It's been a minute. You know what? I'm sick of it. We back. The back talk. The back talk. Bro, you can barely see my sweater right now in this video. Blue sweater. Blue LED lights around me in this garage. Looks pretty cool actually. But anyway. Hot topic this evening, folks. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know all the guys, I want to know what all the ladies think about the idea of wifing up the modern woman in 2023. I literally want to know all your guys' thoughts, even before you watch this video. I mean, you can watch it, I guess, and ponder, because I might change your mind on certain things, what I'm about to say, but, and it's nothing bad either, it's just, we're going to brainstorm about this. And for the older ladies that might be watching this video, you might not understand exactly what the world is like today, but it's definitely different. And the first question we'll ask ourselves here and answer is it even possible to wife up a modern woman in 2023 and have success? Yes, it's possible. Is it going to be the woman you want necessarily? That's going to be that's the tough thing about this, and that's why we're making this video. You can get a woman, I don't care if it's 1871 or 2023 or 2080, I don't care what year it is, you can still get a woman, but the thing is it going to be the woman that you want? That's the thing. Because most girls that you want to stay single, they want to mess around until it is too late, and all of a sudden they're no longer the woman that you want. It's like a backwards concept. This is what's going on today, bro. I have some stud friends, and these guys, bro, are like top tier males for their age, and some of these guys are young, like much younger than me, and that's damn young, because I'm still fairly young myself. And some of these guys are settling, man. They're settling. And the women they're currently with, it's like, bro, I'm telling you full well, they could do much, much better. Genuinely. Like, it's not even that the person they're with is just completely horrible. It's just, I don't even know if that stuff's gonna last, bro. Like, if I was them in their shoes, I'd be playing the field for some years to come. At least another 2 to 4 years, at the least. Because these guys are young, man, and it's like, how the world is today, it's almost forcing men to settle for less than they should be able to get. And that's just not what I'm gonna do. Like, there's certain things, or certain attraction triggers that a lot of us guys have, and there's just things that's not very attractive, and I know I can't settle for lesser than I know I can get, because I know it won't last. I already know that. And I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna waste somebody else's time and break somebody else's heart into pieces. I'm not gonna do all that kind of stuff. Could have done it a million times, could do it right now if I wanted to, and it's just, there's no point. But yeah, in 2023, it's almost not worth it to be in relationships. If you're not getting what you want, why would you be in it? That's why I've been single, because I'm not getting the things that I want. Because they think it's a great idea to just wait it off for a bit. Play these little games. Do this, do that. And like, not right now, but this is what's happened in some years back, and I just got out of the scene myself for a while and focused, and things will eventually come to pass, but it's like, it's gonna be tough for most guys out there, bro. It's gonna be extremely tough for most guys. Like, If I was most guys, I would probably stay single. I don't know if I'd want to say forever, but a very long time until you get something that you really want, bro, because it's a crazy world out there, man. And you would have to hit lightning in the bottle to get what you actually want and probably rightfully deserve. And you might not deserve it. And by the time you deserve it, you might not even want what you wanted. You might want better now. So it's going to be this thing that's always fluctuating, you know what I mean? Whoever's value is the highest has the upper hand, and there's things right now changing drastically in my own life, big time. And as you change as a man or even as a woman, and your value starts to go up. Now, if you're a woman, your value is at its highest when you're young. There's no question about that. So, women know their value when they're young. They know what they can do, which is why a lot of them do stay single. They do run around a little bit. They do play the field. They do certain things. And as a man, when your value increases, as you get a little bit older, as you become more established, as you become more successful, accomplished in life, proven, things start to change very fast. You start to look at people very different. You start to look at women very different than how you were looking at them when you weren't who you were. If that makes sense, you became much better. You start to view those girls as pretty much below you now. Like they're the ones that's going to be lucky as hell to have you. That's how you start to view things, because the whole energy shifts. They can feel this energy shift. You can feel this energy shift. When you become successful, you're going to have so many women on your shit, bro. Like, they're going to be looking at you like women are sharks in water, bro. When they smell blood, which is yourself, you become successful, bro. It's almost like you get out into the ocean and you get cut and you bleed. Sharks smell that blood. They come for you. And that's kind of what it's like. And that's what I mean about stuff changing so fast. So quick. And it's endless amounts of fluctuating in 2023 with men and women. I think it used to be a lot better, obviously. It's a pain in the ass now, bro. It's because of social media in itself. 100%. There's so many options out there, bro. There's these Colombian women, there's these Italian women, there's Canadian women, American women, women all over the place, Brazilians, this and that and this. There's all kinds of stuff everywhere, bro, and there's just so many options on both ends. And when you become an accomplished man, you start to get a taste of all those options, and it's like, you see what that's all about. And as for women, in today's world, they've been having those options today. I'm not going to say they've had these options for a very long time, because this social media era was not even here for a very long time, but it's changed drastically like this, like in a snap. Like, things have changed drastically. If things were the way they are right now, bro, I guarantee you full well, I would not have had the success that I've had with women in high school. I would almost guarantee it. Because what did we do? All we saw pretty much was the people in our same community that we go to high school with and stuff like this. Like, nothing else that's going on the internet really even mattered. What mattered is what we had. So the guys who have it together to an extent, the cooler kids, the more popular kids, the sporty guys, we would get the pick of the litter. We would get the prettier girls in school. We would have the experiences with these girls in school. And I don't think it would have been that same way if social media was the way it was 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. I don't think. Maybe some, yes. Not as much. Because it's changed a lot of stuff. It's changed the way women behave. It's done a lot. So here's the question that I want you guys to really answer. Do you think most men should wipe out most modern women? I want the guys to answer this. I want the ladies to answer this. And it's pretty funny when we ask these questions, because this is not going to make a lot of the ladies very comfortable answering this question. And you know why? Because you damn well know why. You know why. Are you worthy of being wifed up? Are you going to be a good wife? Is the question. Like, even these younger, more attractive females running around, like, are you gonna get wifed up with that behavior? No, you're not. And you're gonna wait a little bit too damn long to now want that. It's gonna be difficult. It's not gonna be an easy thing. Your head's not gonna be in the right place. You're not gonna have the capacity to even hold a relationship together, because you're so used to living like a toxic kind of a way, which is running around. You're not gonna be used to it. So if you take these modern women that are young of today and throw them into these relationships and marriages, they're not going to be ready for it, bro. They're not going to be cut out for it. It's going to fail. And that's why so many marriages today are failing. And the numbers are only getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's because of female behavior today. And we're not just going to blame it on that, but it's a big one. Things are down. I think everybody has to step up. I think women have to change the way they move, they act, they behave, because it's simply just not working. I mean, what else do you want me to say? Keep doing that. Keep doing what you do. Keep behaving that way. You're probably gonna get wifed up. You're doing great. You're doing fantastic. It's just not gonna go down. It's just not gonna go down. Like, there's far more guys putting in far more effort to make stuff like this work than there are women. I think they care less. I really do think men care more. I really do think that. And me, myself, I do care about these things. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I don't care about marriage. I don't care about a relationship. I don't care about any of these things. I care about a lot of things, bro. Why would I not care? We should care about things that are important, and these things are pretty important. Having a family is pretty important. You know, it's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to recreate life, our bloodlines. But how are we going to do this with such toxic behaviors in modern day time in 2023? And we're not just going to date any woman at all. We have to be attracted to you. Work has to be done. People are not putting in work in the areas they should be putting in work. This is what's happening. It is a play around, hookup culture type thing. And I would argue, men can do it far more than women could. I think if a man does it, it's not the worst thing on earth. If women do it, it's kind of bad. Like, you don't want to be doing stuff like that necessarily. And you know, nobody's perfect. I don't think it's going to kill you the odd time to do something. But if you're doing that stuff all of the time, it's definitely not going to be good. It wouldn't be good for anybody, man or woman, to do that stuff all the time. But I think when it comes down to it, I think a man could get away with that kind of stuff more. But if both parties are doing stuff like that all the time, where's the focus in becoming a better man or woman to make stuff actually happen in their life? You know, I see tons. I have tons of these girls on social media, bro. Like, we have each other. I'm not just following random people. Like, we have each other. We know who each other are. We know one another. And you see the way they act. You see the way they behave. And you already know the outcome. Like, you can see what they're doing, and it's like you already know the outcome of their future. Women like that are super attractive when they're young, but take that for granted and think they can mess around because they can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. But it might come back to really sting you like a bee. It's gonna hit hard. And when you see their actions, me anyways, you just know how that's gonna end. Like, you can see how that's gonna end. And it's not gonna be nothing good. They're gonna end up lesser versions of who they should be. They're gonna end up dating a man they're not attracted to. They're gonna end up possibly getting impregnated by that guy they're not even attracted to. And now this guy's gonna be living in a sexless marriage, putting up with someone that is cranky all the time. And then a divorce, or a breakup, or a split up, single mother. And all of a sudden reality hits. And like, the thing I'm trying to say here, guys, is when are these mistakes gonna be corrected? Like, when are these things gonna be taken care of before it happens? Like, why does it have to come down to these things happening? That's what happens when you live a careless life and you think you can just do whatever and go through life however. You can't go through life however. I'm sorry to tell everybody that. If you want something proper, if you want to build a proper family, you have to be proper. Your woman has to be proper. Traditional man, traditional woman. Traditional values. Don't get away from it. Open the Bible. A woman is to be a helpmate of her man. Doesn't mean you're the slave. It doesn't mean you're just going to submit and just obey commands. Do you trust the lead of your man? Or are you just going to run around like a young, reckless female? Mess up your head a whole bunch. Do all these types of things, because when you run around like that, guess what? There's other guys running around like that as well. And they don't care just as much as you. They don't care either. They will easily take advantage. Easily. And this is where the problems occur, you know. It's from being reckless. It's living a reckless life. I believe you could have fun in moderation, but it has to be calculated. It has to be like this and done. You can't be doing such reckless things 24/7, because those become your behaviors. Those become your principles of life. You're just an angry little pit bull for life. That's what you will be if you keep behaving in those ways. Yippin' dippin' and dodging. But man, like, what is it gonna take? What is it gonna take for people to wake the hell up? Traditional values is the only way to go, folks. It is the only damn way to go. Traditional only. You can't just live however. Oh, it's 2020. It's 2023. I've heard those words in 2020. Like, right before COVID happened, You're out at a nightclub. There's a girl getting in your face. And she wants to use the excuse for not being an HOE. It's 2020. This is just how it is. You know what? You're not wrong. It is just how it is right now. And does it make it right? No, it's not right. And what happens? You don't get taken seriously. And then these girls' feelings get hurt. Good looking girl too. And then these girls' feelings get hurt because of the behaviors they have presented. You don't present yourself as the type of lady that we want to commit to. You might be young, you got that on your side. You might be attractive, you got that on your side, but you don't got the mindset, and you don't have the traditional values that we want. So women think that way because they get slept with. And then they think, oh, this guy's just trash. It's always pointing the finger back at the guy. He's the one that's trash. He saw what he didn't want to see in you. So by the time the night was done, by the time things have happened already, he has a good idea. Hell no. Red flag. She's not traditional. She is crazy. A lunatic. Does not present the things that you want to see in a wife. And it comes back to this question, should you wife up modern women in 2023? I think there's always a select amount that you can. But for the most part, no, bro. No, you can't. For the most part, you really can't. I think women today are far less traditional than men are today. There might not be a whole lot of super successful men, but at least most guys are trying. And some guys pull through, some guys don't, but at least they're trying. At least they're trying to be traditional. Women are not even trying to be traditional today. They're actually going against it. They're actually doing the opposite, and it's creating not the best world. And I would argue far more guys would succeed in life if far more women were better. I would argue that. So yeah, it is a messed up world. And no, you probably shouldn't wipe out most women in 2023. This is not a knock on women. I get along with many of them. I talk to many of them all the time. Nobody hates women here, so stop using that as an excuse. It's very old. I don't want to hear it. This is just real shit. This is real facts. And yeah, there are women, yes, always, that you can. But for the majority is what we're talking about. The majority, not, bro. It's not what you want. And it's because they don't want to even become women. They don't want to do that, bro. They don't want to be a good wife, a good mom. And they're not going to say these things, but your actions say it all. Your actions tell me those things. You don't have to say those things. No woman goes around, I don't want to be a good mom. I don't want to be a good wife. No one's going to say that, but your actions dictate that that is the truth. You are not a good mom, and you're not a good wife. And you don't have the traditional values you should probably have. So, they can think what they want, they can say what they want. These are the facts. I don't want to hear it, but I do want to hear what you guys have to say about this video and what you think about the whole scene. If you guys believe, does anyone on earth believe most men should wipe up most women today? Like, does any person at all here believe this? Anybody? That's what I'm saying, bro. I'll say it again, yes. There are always women that are worthy. There's always men that are worthy. But there's far too many in the world today that are not, and it's messing up the dynamic of relationships. It's messing up the dynamic of the world. It's making men overall less motivated. It's making women far less of what they really could be. Women are becoming less attractive as they get older. And not just looks, mindset, and looks. Yes, looks too. Because they're not taking care of themselves. Bro, people today are lazy as hell. And even women too. They don't want to do the work. Like they don't. And you must do the work. You must care. To say you don't care about these things, whatever, it's pretty stupid. If that's your real mindset, then you're showing God, you're showing the universe, you're telling the universe that you really don't. And you know what? Nothing is really going to happen for you in that case. You have to care to an extent. You do have to care to an extent. Otherwise, nothing good will come. If you didn't care about your business, how do you think that would do? Not very good. If you didn't care about taking care of your children, how do you think they would grow up and become? Probably not very good. You should probably care about things that matter in your life. Like, you should probably care about those things. And if you're just a person that doesn't care about relationships at all, then fine, stay single and do what you're going to do. But there's going to come a day where you're probably going to regret that. And that's what happens to most modern day, even people today, and women especially. And it does not end well, bro. Like, the amount of things I've seen, the amount of phone calls I've been on, it shows what really is. But yeah, man, that's going to be with this video, and I want to hear once again what you guys have to say about this. And no hard feelings, no hate. It's just we're telling the truth about the world, bro. That's all it is. And some people do get it right. Most people are not. That's the problem. That's what we're discussing here. So I want to see what you guys have to say.